Hey everybody, what's up? Today we are just going to be looking at some things I've created. Some jersey concepts, some logos I've made, whatever. I have not really uploaded anything in a minute, so I kind of figured I would just give you a crash course on everything I've been working on for the past couple of months. I've kind of been diving more into logo creation rather than just my standard jersey concepts. So yeah, just starting off with some kind of random things I've created here. This is just the Predators logo if it was in the Tennessee Titans colors. I was playing around with the Preds logos in general a lot. I've got Illustrator now, so I can do a lot more in terms of logo manipulation and logo design. So I really liked how the Preds used some blue, like some baby blue on the old Navy alts. So I was just playing around with more blue on the logo. And I kind of like the way this turned out, with the red eye and the silver head, but I made sure to keep the teeth white, so that's important. Next thing I did is I worked on some alternate designs for the shoulder patch logo. That's like the pick. I'm not a big fan of anything that has text in it usually, logo-wise, unless you commit. So some examples would be like the Nashville Predators word mark on the Winter Classic, or like the Anaheim Ducks word script, or like the Minnesota Wild. When people commit to doing a fully script, like cursive logo, that I can respect. I generally don't like when you put text in modern logos. To me, it's very off-putting. I'm not a big fan of that NP logo that we use. So many people put it on jersey concepts too, and I do not vibe with that. So I have made some alternate ideas. I kind of call this one the Batman patch because we have our very famous Batman building, as we call it, but a lot of people know it as the AT&T building. And of course, I love the TriStar logo that we have in there. But if you encapsulate that in a circle in the top portion right here, like they usually do, I think I have. Yeah, so like this, I don't like the NP right here. But if you take that away, this feels very blank. So these two designs that I did kind of solve that issue by using this space down here for, art stuff, whatever, designs. So I like this one a lot. It looks pretty sharp. I will admit it kind of looks weird as a shoulder patch. I think it's better as just like an image. Like this could probably be like a sticker or something. As a logo though, it doesn't really work very well. So the second one I made was kind of more of an attempt to make a logo. I really like this one a lot. So it uses 6 strings or 6 stripes to symbolize strings on a guitar. And I just decided to use the version of the TriStar logo that we used on the pants on the Winter Classic uniforms. And I think it turned out really sharp. I actually tweeted this out to some people on Twitter just to see what kind of responses I would get. And Sean Henry, the president of the Predators, actually liked this photo. So that kind of validated me a little bit. And I thought I did a pretty good job there. And lastly, for logos, I manipulated the mustard logo that's on the mustard jersey, the third jerseys from way back when. I took away the triangle, that you can kind of see on this one. We loved to use triangles back in the day. I took the triangle away and I rounded out the edges and I recolored it to be the modern colors. So like I got rid of any red or orange and black. I kind of made it all navy, gold, white, and silver, which is a color I really think the Preds need to bring back and use more often. Love it on the reverse retros that we're using now. I kind of played around with putting this on the front of a jersey, and it actually didn't look too good to me. Again, I think this is another situation where like just the image is cool, doesn't really work out well on a jersey. I do that a bunch where I make a logo and I think this is gonna look so sick on a jersey, and I put it on a jersey and it just doesn't really look right. So, designing jerseys is one thing. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not as challenging as logo design, I've learned, because I'm pretty new into logo creation, and it is a huge challenge. To make something cohesive that works in many mediums, because it's pretty easy to make a Twitter avatar or like a really simple logo for like a business card or something, but to have something that works well as social media, jersey front, branding, business cards, shop fronts, everything like that takes a lot. So mad respect to people that have designed NHL logos, because they stand the test of time, they look great, and they always work out in jerseys. Not so much all of my designs. I tweeted this one out a while ago too, but I really like the Titans logo without the flame. I think the flame is so 90s, and I kind of wish we would get rid of it. I heard a girl on TikTok call us the flaming IUDs, and I thought that was pretty funny. But when I took the flame away, it kind of seemed a little bland. So I opted to add this Greek style design around this logo. I didn't know how to do it in a good way, so I did this the hard way, design-wise, because I'm still navigating all the tips and tricks on Illustrator and all that stuff, because I know how to use Photoshop pretty well. So, but I think this turned out pretty okay. The alignment is very, very off, but I think you can see what I was going for here, and I really like the way this turned out. I think something like this full-time is very feasible, and I think this would look great on the side of a helmet. Okay, since I'll be going through a lot of stuff in this video, I'm going to try to kind of flip through some of these pretty quickly. And, you know, if you desire, you could pause the video to kind of take a look at it a little bit longer if you wanted to. So this is a project I did that I ended up tweeting all this out. I didn't really spend too much time on it. I will stay on this one for a moment to show you one key thing. This is for the local high schools in my area, for the Metro Nashville Public Schools. So I have a vision that someday, you know, you could join the school hockey team here like you would join the football team. Here to play hockey, you have to kind of like get on a waiting list and join a youth team and stuff like that. It's obviously not as popular as it would be like up north, for example. So this is like me kind of trying to visualize the future. And I made some quick concepts for all the high schools in my area. Friendly reminder that youth sports, especially school sports, have permission to reuse professional logos. So this kind of looks like the Alabama A. It's probably because it is. And like there's a school in here that uses the Colorado Rockies logo and the University of Hawaii logo. So don't be alarmed. I didn't like steal them or, you know, whatever. The schools use these logos. So if you see it on here, it's there for a reason. So I'll quickly just kind of say the name of the school and move on. So Antioch, Cane Ridge, East Nashville, Glencliff. I hate this logo. Hillsboro, Hillwood, Hume Fogg. Their school kind of looks like a castle, so that's why I did that little castle thing. Google Hume Fogg if you've never seen it. It's pretty sweet. Hunters Lane, Maplewood, McGavick, my school, MLK, Overton, Pearl Cone, Stratford, Whites Creek, and that's that. All right, now we're moving on to some NHL concepts. So I'm not really sure which of these concepts I have and haven't showed off because there's been such a gap in my upload. And I know I've shown off a lot of Preds concepts, but this is one I made that's just like a new version of our original jerseys and the Adidas template. And obviously, since I've made this, we've had the reverse retros come out. So in lieu of the reverse retros, I've designed some jerseys that kind of make it where we could use this look full time, because I'm somebody that thinks the reverse retros could be our new home jerseys. They look so much better. So I made a home and away version. So this is the home version. Instead of using the silver up top like we do now, because I really like that, but I understand a lot of people don't, just a yellow on the top, and we use silver for this little stripe right here, and then blue on the jersey, because I know a lot of people want to see us go back to navy. I kind of like the gold. I'm not going to lie. I do think our home jerseys need to be redesigned, but not necessarily because it's all gold. I just think it's kind of boring looking. But then the away version, it's actually silver instead of white. Think like what the LA Rams are doing now with their new uniform, how their away jerseys are like bone, not white. And we keep that yellow shoulder, and we use blue on the stripe now instead. And if you notice, I'm using that shoulder patch that I made and showed you guys a minute ago. I think it looks pretty solid on a jersey, actually. So if anybody here has seen some of my previous videos, you will see that I did a bunch of NHL concepts for all 32 teams, including Seattle. But I did it on the old template before I was able to buy this fancy new 3D template. So I actually recreated everything in the new template. So go watch that first video if you haven't. All the designs are the exact same except updated. This took a lot of work. Obviously, I don't really get anything out of this. This was just fun for me. So kind of like what I just did with the school jerseys, I'm going to just flip through these pretty quickly. Feel free to pause the video if you want to look at them. Also, I'll have Imgur links for like everything in the description if you wanted to like look at them, or if you wanted to download them and like rank them yourself or something, feel free, so long as you tag me in it. These are in alphabetical order. So we have Anaheim, Arizona, Boston, Buffalo, Calgary, Carolina, Chicago, Colorado, Columbus, Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton, Florida, Los Angeles, Minnesota, Montreal, Nashville, still my favorite Predators concept I've ever made. New Jersey, New York, New York again, Ottawa, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, San Jose, Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Vancouver, Vegas, Washington, and Winnipeg. So this is something, this is a set that I started that I won't finish because the NHL beat me to it a little bit. So I didn't really have too much of a theme here other than I wanted to use what the teams have used in the past but make them modern, a la reverse retro. I started in reverse alphabetical order, so this doesn't go very far. There's only like 6 or 7. So Tampa Bay, obviously I got that very wrong. I should have known they would have used the Storm jersey, but I kind of feel like I like their gradients in their jerseys, and I kind of wanted to combine their current home and their current alternate. Toronto, this is probably my favorite Toronto concept I've ever made. It looks pretty sweet. It almost looks like a Team Canada jersey, just blue instead of red. I just now realized that I typoed Toronto in the neckline. Please ignore that. Moving on, this is one that I got 100% correct, and that is the Vancouver Canucks. Okay, there's no shoulder patch, and I didn't quite get the font correct, but design-wise, I pretty much hit the nail on the head. I just should have scooted this line down right here and went for a silver font, and I did recolor the logo a little bit. I made this blue. So I would say I got this like 85% right. Vegas, I kind of went for a black jersey on this one because I think we all knew a red one was coming. I didn't think we knew that a solid sparkly gold one was coming. I kind of figured that'd be a little too bold for them. So I kind of guessed they would go black. I was wrong, but I'm okay with it because their gold jersey's kind of sick. And this is another one I almost got completely right. I just got the colors wrong. This one is not as close as the Vancouver one, but I would still say I got pretty close. Colors, striping, yoke, numbers, all different, but I think the same idea was there, right? And the Jets. I mean, you can't go wrong with this logo. I kind of colored it in a way that it hasn't been colored before, and I think it works. Also, for the shoulder patch, I removed the circle and kind of went for this minimal design shoulder jet maple leaf type deal. And I do have one more set to show off that it's complete, and I think I will make that its own video, so keep your eyes out for that. But for now, really, that's kind of everything that I've made during this big off time. Life has been a little crazy for me, very busy at work. I have a kid on the way now, so starting the family, I got married and all that fun stuff. So I do plan on putting some more content out. It's just been a little, 2020, 2021. It's been crazy for everybody. So yeah, I've been doing this in my spare time, and I do plan to kind of keep this updated, and you'll see that my logos look better, and I got After Effects, so I actually have like a nicer intro now and stuff like that. So I'm hoping the quality ups a little bit here. But keep an eye out for my next set of 32 jerseys. They're all black. So it's every jersey in the NHL made to have black as like the primary color. I think the NHL could benefit from those even as fashion jerseys if they don't plan to wear them on ice, kind of like the black Accelerator jerseys they had back in the day. But other than that, thank you for stopping by. If you kind of like what I'm doing, feel free to hit that like button. If you love what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't really know what the content on here will be full time. Just know that I do graphic design. I do designing for sports stuff, concepts, mock-ups, reviews, whatever. I'll do some rankings here and there. So if you guys have any suggestions for what you want to see from me, feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do pretty much anything as long as it kind of aligns with what I'm interested in. So without further ado, thank you so much for stopping by, and have a great day.